Hey, what's up, guys? I am Frazier,
Hey, and I'm Saifi.
and this is the Frazier House podcast. First and foremost, how you guys doing? How was your week? How was your month? How was your day today? All of that good stuff. You know how we do here. We have our three topics laid out for you guys. We have some good talking points today. We think you guys are gonna love it so much. First, I would like to say as well, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for liking. Thanks for commenting. Those things, those comments, those likes, those subscribes help us a lot. It let us know if you guys are loving what we're doing. If you're not liking what we're doing, should we go back and get some work done? You know what I mean? But so far, so good. So let's get to it, right? So me and Fee been talking, right? We've been having a few conversations this week, and I noticed that Ticketmaster were trying to start back having concerts. So, but the requirements are either you have to take a COVID test to prove that you're negative, or you have to, if you are, I believe, if you are positive, if you receive a positive COVID test, then you would have to take the vaccine to be able to enter the venue. Now, my question to the audience is, how far are you willing to have some excitement this year? Are you willing to take COVID test, take COVID vaccines to go to a concert? What do you think, Fee?
I don't think that it makes any sense to start resuming concerts at such a large magnitude and large a mass of people because
Right.
Of the risk. It definitely spikes the risk of contracting COVID or any other virus because if you think about it, flu season is upon us.
Right,
And
sure.
those are just examples of how we can heighten our chances of getting sick. This is a new pandemic that we're still trying to get a sense of how it's affecting people. And we see that it's affecting people by the numbers. A lot of people have died from this, terrible virus. So to just, resume recreational activities such as live concerts where everyone is shoulder to shoulder, I think is a little irresponsible. But then it also makes you question some of the activities that people have already been resuming anyway, like traveling, going to public places like the airport, or just congregating with family and friends. And now I'm hearing churches are back open, and you can actually have a congregation of 150 people or less.
100. That's
a lot of people.
Yeah, they are mega churches too. So I'm wondering, are the churches spreading people out 6
in a small
feet?
vicinity or in a big,
Right? And are they spreading them out 6 feet apiece? Right? And even still, even if a mega church spread the congregation out, or the members out 6 feet a person, 150 people is still a lot of people in a mega church if you're spread out 6 feet apart, right?
It's still under the same vicinity and you're all still within the same spaces of each other.
Yeah.
But, what difference does it make if you're going to Walmart or Target or essential places where you need to go and food shop? Doesn't make it any different. Are these the reasons why the numbers have been up? And it just makes you question.
Yeah. I think it's, with the increasing numbers of COVID cases, and I think the deaths are a little bit less than before. I could be wrong. I'm going to double check that again. But from what I've researched and what I've seen, the deaths aren't as much as it was before. The cases are ramping up again, but the people aren't dying. People are getting it. People aren't dying as frequent as they were before.
Although there are projections that another 10,000 people are projected to die from
really
COVID.
To 10,000
at least in the state of New Jersey. Okay, I'm giving
okay.
numbers for the state of New Jersey as of November 13th, 2020, and it's sad. But then another thing that's come to mind is the difference in the risk of where you're willing to go for the sake of, I guess for this question, have fun. What's the difference between a live concert? What's the difference between going to a club and going to church?
Right.
And protesting was something that we also, considered the large masses where there was a social understanding that that was okay to congregate
Right.
or come together in such large numbers
Yeah.
to protest for a higher and a much more serious cause.
Yeah.
But what's the difference? Science, the body doesn't really care about your feelings or emotions of why, you're risking your immune system and you're susceptible to exposing yourself to the virus.
Sure.
However,
Sure.
we can argue with our morals that I would rather go out and protest for a generational and bigger cause than to go out and party.
But and what's so interesting too, like with my mindset with the protesting, right? I think that the people that are protesting they have a mentality that something can happen to me at this rally, right? I can go rally, fight for what I'm fighting for, go home and everything be okay, or I can go fight at this, not physically fight, but protest at this rally and get shot with a beanbag, get shot by a bullet, get ran over by the stampede of the crowd, right? And not make it back home. And I think those people are aware of those dangers, and I think they're willing to sacrifice or willing to meet that reality and be okay with it, right? Because they know this is for a bigger cause. This is for change. If I'm willing to put my life on the line for this change that we want to see, just like the people back in the civil rights days, they a lot of them are dead because of those things. Some people got killed going home, lynched. Some people got shot, dogs biting them, and in prison. And they risk their lives, their livelihoods for the change they want to see. And I think the people of today aren't going to allow COVID to stop them from seeing that change.
It's interesting because this is at least a first for our generation,
right,
for this lifetime,
right,
to have seen a combination of a pandemic and such high events of social injustice happening so much at the same time that we had to put COVID aside and a whole pandemic aside shortly after being exposed to it a month or two later. And by the summer months of May, June, July, we were out protesting.
Right.
And again, it was just this, unspoken word and unspoken language and understanding that we're out here to protest however you want to contribute to the cause.
Yes.
And we're not going to be stopped just because of COVID. We're going to wear our masks. We're going to continue to social distance as much as possible. But this has to happen. But my question is, what's the difference between that? Which also some of these protests went on for hours. They were all like day events,
sometimes, no?
Day events, all day events. So many people's just their conditions were influenced and in jeopardy just from simple dehydration outside. Yes. All things that have to be kept in mind that are very serious. What's the difference between that and going to a nightclub, going to church, where now it's okay to have 150 people or less under the same vicinity? What's the difference between visiting family and friends? Are we all screen checking, fact checking, or just background checking each other of the amount of exposure that
I think?
What about the workplace? Having 15 or more people in a work office setting.
I think the difference between someone fighting for a generational change and someone going to a club is a club appearance from a regular civilian is a self-soothing type of thing.
Sure.
You're going to the club for you.
Sure.
That person that's going to that rally to fight for change is going for the change that they personally want to be a part of, and the change that's going to change their generation and the generations further.
Oh, sure.
So, you know what I mean?
Different magnitudes.
The person...
However, would you not agree that there's a individual responsibility people have to their health? And what a contradiction with exposing yourself to COVID, going to a club, but then also using that as an opportunity to satisfy your mental health because, a lot of people, has shown statistically that there's still a lot of people that are working. So can you imagine all the different traumas and all the different social changes that a person has to go through, a psychological adjustment that others have to go through, that they use, I guess the small town club or, maybe some of those restaurants or bar settings that have allowed, guests to come in after a certain number. They've actually used those opportunities to still try to keep some or maintain the social life, because it's been very hurtful, depressing, miserable for a lot of people to just stay inside. And also, I can only imagine. I wonder what the numbers would be after this kind of blows over, or just we revert back to our lives, what dating was like, or just being able to socialize and network with other people. I'm sure there was some slowdown. Also grocery stores,
with
all places people need to kind of come together.
With a change like that we're having now with the presidency, the COVID, the people that are waking up to certain things, I think sometimes there's a time to sit back and reminisce and enjoy life. And sometimes there's a time
to work,
to fight for the future, because guess what? We wouldn't have been here if the people before us didn't fight, lost lives, and sacrificed for us to be here. So who are we to not do the same for the people ahead of us? Are we better? Are we more valued? And there are people that don't care. There are people that don't want to be a part of anything, right?
And we don't speak for them.
There are people that want to just go do their thing. This is my life. I want to live. I want to enjoy, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. We don't care about you. You can go in your corner, enjoy your life. There's some people that want to be a part of history. They want to be a part of change. Some people are just here to live, enjoy their life, and get out of here, die and go where you go. There's some people that can say that, man, I was there, man. I was there when Martin Luther King was on that bridge walking across. Sure. You know what? Here's a photo, and I'm that guy right there in the back. There's people that want to be a part, and the people that don't want to be a part. The ones that are not a part, we don't care about you. That's a fact. Matter of fact, I don't care about you. I don't care about you. Because I understand what those sacrifices mean. I understand what those sacrifices mean, and what it means for a person to say, instead of me going to 10 or 10 vacations a year, I'm going to spend 3 months trying to figure out what can we do to bypass this bill that was just passed in Congress that is going to screw my children over 2 years from now. I respect that person. The person that's going to go on the 10 vacations and not cut down 5 because it's a bigger challenge ahead. So no matter, go be you in your corner, my friend.
So that's interesting. You just gave an example. I'm sure it's hypothetical, because not a lot of us have the luxury of traveling 10 times and then reducing it to 5, because even 5 would be the luxury. But I get the metaphor that you're using. Yeah. There's an adjustment. Not literal. There's levels to it. And even if it was literal, there is an adjustment that person is taking on to show their contribution to the change, right? I've mentioned settings where it's gonna require you to go in a public setting to get whatever it is that you need done for you.
Yeah.
Sure. Someone can judge the food that you're actually going to get, that, the food that you're getting is not supporting your immune system, which is still somehow indirectly putting me at risk too. We can argue that.
Yeah.
The same way we can argue the fact that, just like grocery stores, churches, and even school settings. Can you imagine there's some people who have been okayed with resuming their children back into school?
Yeah.
What is the difference between the government saying it's okay for you to do this while we're all still being tested with the vaccine? Technically, the first batch of people who will be taking it would be guinea pigs, and we just don't know the effects of any of the choices that we make. As long as we step outside of our door, you know.
Unless you're a scientist, a government official that has directly been appointed to figuring out the COVID vaccine, the results of it, and the issues that it may cause to the body, it's not your business, right? Unless you're gonna be that, unless that's your job to figure out what this vaccine does to the body, you trying to figure out what that means is not your job.
I mean, well, there's so many people now before the vaccine has been released that are not sure if they're taking the vaccine.
That's for sure.
Would you be taking the vaccine?
It depends. It depends on the results from the test that has been done.
How long would you have to wait before you see results if it's something that's not actually going to be played out?
If they say that this vaccine is safe, we've tested X amount of people, they're fine, and they've been cured. The antibodies are gone, and it's now similar to the flu vaccine, or it's now similar to other vaccines that we take. Because realistically, if you're not a scientist, if you're not a doctor, half of the vaccines that we've taken as kids, growing up as teenagers, to all the different things we've taken, the injections in our arm, we don't even know what the needles are made out of. But you got needles done before. You draw blood. You've took all insulins, whatever you've taken. Right? You're not a scientist to break that down and say what's what. So why is it all of a sudden now that the COVID vaccine is coming out, everyone's a scientist and they're like, okay, well, I don't want this vaccine. But what about the ones when you were a kid?
Just the same way a lot of people are opposed to taking the flu vaccine. I think that now we're in a time frame where this is the information era. We're in the time frame of information and educating yourself, that even over-the-counter medication is detrimental to you.
And we all take them.
And a lot of us don't, though. Some of us do, some of us don't. Some people use combination herbal and holistic care, and then some people revert to just using over-the-counter medication and prescribed medication, of course, to manage their some of their illnesses. And it just takes again a discipline of reconditioning your mind to what the market and what the economy and what the government has said is actually good for you, and just educating yourself that, you know what, I no longer need to take, Tylenol or Motrin. I can just, brew up some elderberry tea, or I can,
Let me ask you a question.
Pump up on my vitamin C.
Let me throw you a curveball now. Tylenols, right? To your point, Tylenols and over-the-counter medications are not preferred by people who are holistic
in their treatment.
In their treatment, where did the holistic data come from? Are those people scientists? Did they do the work, or were they told, just like how we're told that Tylenol helps you?
We can absolutely go down and get to the core of where we're getting this information from.
But do they?
And people do. Some people actually are in contact with, for example, CMOS. There's people who know people who actually go out to the areas of the world that is actually SABI approved and get the real CMOS.
And who is SABI?
And Dr. SABI.
Yeah.
Oh, he definitely, was one of the faces and moguls of holistic care. And, we can save that for another episode to actually, bring up what his studies and practices are. But he was renowned, and people trust him when it comes to, people have trusted his ways and his theories and his studies when it comes to natural healing and just organically healing the body and making sure that your body's more alkaline than acidic, so it doesn't actually support the mucus and the diseases in the body. So whichever your preference is, knowledge is power, and it takes being aware and knowing better to do better. And as we both practice being vegans, we've just seen the difference with actually eating better
Sure.
food, organic food, than eating processed food. That's simple. That was our own decision to make, and
Right.
it's a lifestyle that we live by, and we can actually, educate others and encourage others to do the same. But it's still at the end of the day by choice. But we say that just to mention all the different lifestyle choices that people have, and overall thinking of the bigger picture of how it affects other people. You know, people need to understand that the choices that they make, they're not just making it for them. They're making it for the bigger picture. It's not just about going to one protest and then going back and reverting to your old life. You have to still be able to walk it, talk it, and live by example of the change that you want to see. But are you sinning? Is it a sin? Are you going to be crucified for, congregating or coming together? Or let's just say not the nightclub, because we know the bad connotation the nightclub has. But what about a charity event that still requires mingling? It still requires networking. It still requires, laughter and having fun. And it's not going to be necessarily the serious tone that a protest has. But I'm sure there's laughing and singing and dancing and crying and, everywhere.
Yeah.
But
every environment, you know what I mean?
I just feel like everything should be done in moderation. Everything should be done with conscience, and everything should be done with consideration, not of just you, your friends, and your intimate circle, but the collective of everyone around us, and be the example. Because as we can see now, we're in November. This pandemic has actually really hit people's lives back in March, but we've seen all the in between. We've seen how people still felt like they needed to enjoy their summers and find a way to kind of just find a little bit of relief and social activities or a social balance from their work life, from moms and dads and single parents and families teaching their children and tutoring them from home. They had to come up with some reason or way or form or fashion to hang out and have a little bit of fun in such a terrible, gloomy, dark time. But is it okay? Does it make it okay? Are you any better than the person who is meeting up with friends at a park or in your backyard? It's still outside. No one's wearing masks. What's the difference? What's your cutoff? What's your boundary that you're saying, no, I'm not going to engage in this? Maybe you have all your family and friends close by, so you don't have the desire to travel this year. You can sit this year out. Or do you feel like, I need a break? I need to, just maintain hand washing, maintain wearing my mask, and see what countries are allowing travelers to come in and out and experience that. It's kind of like, honestly, I don't even think the government gave us an okay for any of it.
I mean, I don't. For me, I don't know what the regulations are on traveling abroad. I'm not really.
I believe it's the same thing as Ticketmaster. Some countries require you to come in hand with your COVID, negative tests and show that you're safe. You're a safe traveler. But
for me personally, I don't think another country for me to go vacation in, telling me, "Hey, just get a COVID test and you're good."
It's satisfying enough for you.
No, because they're not looking out for me. They're looking out for them.
Tourists.
Yes, they're like, okay, a lot of our people aren't working because of this pandemic, right? The only thing we can generate some money from is from you coming here to spend your money.
Which is interesting because the park here is free, and yet people are more comfortable with going to the park. There's enough land to space out. Sure. Do your own thing. But when it requires taking a flight or taking public transportation, which is so interesting. Buses are running as well. Right.
Which is, and it's funny because I look at the bus stops and I see the people on the buses. It's not that many.
But it's still happening. Well, is there a limit?
Because there's people that have to work. There are people. The people that are still working. Right.
Not everyone is on unemployment or
have other hustles or financially secured enough to just say it doesn't matter. Right. So, it goes back to our initial question. Are you willing to take a COVID vaccine, take a COVID test to make sure that you're negative? And if you're positive, take a vaccine to go to a concert.
It's such a high
to a
risk.
bar. to a club, to another country.
What a
Like,
risk
what risk are you willing to take
to satisfy that
to
social bug
satisfy your urges,
need
your
to socialize.
your need to socialize, your need for adventure, your need to relieve your stress from what has been happening this year.
Is it not enough to just have a drink at home, invite a
Right.
friend or two, and
Right.
even if you're inviting friends over, you're wearing a mask?
Yes. So where are you guys at when it comes to that specific topic? Please put the comments in the comment box. Like and subscribe. Let us know what you guys are thinking.
Do feel free to just leave a message and
Yeah.
comment with us.
Yeah.
What your different coping mechanisms were coping
Let us
with
know.
COVID.
Let us know, please. Let's jump to topic number 2. This is a very funny one for me. What are the 5 annoying things that people do, right? So everyone have pet peeves. Everyone have things that just grind their gears. What are your 5? We're gonna list our 5 for you.
You should go first.
Me?
Yeah.
I think number 1 is passive aggressive disrespect. And when I say passive aggressive disrespect, I mean in the sense of, for example, you go to Walmart, you have a cart of groceries, whatever. You're in line, and someone that believes they can just slide in front of you in that line, and then they do this. They look back and they smile. That smile is for you to just nod and say it's okay.
Oh no.
That is passive aggressive disrespect. I hate that. And people do this often. Do you people that think a smile is something that makes me okay? It's not okay. Because you're an adult, you know better. You know the line is 2 or 3 people behind me. Get your ass back there. Because now when you smile at me, your manipulative ass believe that, okay, you know what? That person smile, I can just let them go. No, get in the back of the line, sir or ma'am or whoever you are. Because you don't know how long it took me to be at this part of the line. So it makes me sick. I hate that shit.
Yeah, I would have to speak up on that one. You're not getting in front of me.
Right. Right. Line skippers. So what would be one of your first annoying thing that people do?
One of my pet peeves or passive aggressive disrespect would be talking while my song is on.
Ooh, yeah. That's
if I'm in a vibe and my song is on, especially if it's on the radio and we're not, playing the back and just DJing in the car or whatever, wherever we're at.
Yeah.
Don't talk while my song is on. I'm in the whole vibe.
Right.
My favorite part is on.
Don't kill the vibe.
Do not. Don't kill my vibe, okay?
Yeah.
This is like a moment and it's but only 2 or 3 minutes left in the song. So just don't ruin it.
Yeah.
Just let the person vibe in peace.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm sure you guys can attest to.
Or you'll have a friend that talks while a TV show is on, one of your favorite TV shows. Please, if it's not being streamed on Netflix, then just wait until it's over or wait during commercials to ask whatever questions you want. Don't
be selfish. It may not be your interest to hear every detail that's happening in the show, but maybe it's mine, and be conscious of me. If you're my friend, that's my show. Just let me do my thing.
Right.
For me, number 2 would be you fake ragers that get upset when you lose in a video game and you're on a headset and there's 4 of us on the team and you are the one punk crier baby loser that feel the need to yell, scream, racial slurs and all this extra stuff. No. Stop that nonsense, bro. It's not cool. You are a punk and a loser.
That's not okay.
Stop doing that. Like it does nothing but make your other team members annoyed with you, bro. If we have like 3 more rounds to go in this game, you know what I do? Click exit. I don't want to hear that nonsense, bro. It's annoying. It's such annoying. It's like it's clown stuff. Like just if you lost a battle, you lost a level or whatever you lost in that game, bro. Go back and do it again. We all play the Call of Duties. We all play the Rogue Companies, the Apex Legends, the Fortnites, all of those competitive games that we're not going to win all the time, bro. What are you going to do? Cry, bitch, moan, say racial slurs every time you lose? If that's who you are, bro, jump off a bridge, bro. Like, we don't need you.
Gaming life ain't for you.
You're that energy is unnecessary, because what happens is that energy will fester in other team members, and when we get to the next to level number 2, we can't focus because you crying every time. You're annoying. You're breaking our focus. Stop being a crybaby, bro. Just play the game, lose, cool. You win the next time. I hate that. Number 2 for you, man.
Sounds relatable.
Yeah, like it's annoying, man. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I would hate that. And then just, what do you guys do? Mute your mic?
I mute my mic every time. If I get on a game where I'm competitively playing with other players, as soon as I hear some disrespectful stuff, I turn it off, because I'm not gonna engage in an argument with someone I can't see. Yeah. All I'm gonna do is get upset, and guess what? That stress and frustration festers in me.
They won.
I just have to sit with it.
Yeah, they won.
I can't do nothing to you to physically relieve myself of that anger.
It's like cyberbullying.
So I mute them, and if they keep talking, I turn the entire game off and play another game or go to another match. Simple as that.
Sounds about right.
You know what I mean?
That's how you manage that.
For sure. Sure.
Well, my second one would be, oh my gosh, I hate this. I hate when you're having a discussion or conversation with someone and you have opposing opinions and the person feels the need to rebuttal you.
Right.
Okay. You know, two people having conversation, sharing opposing, sides of a thought or a concept, which is fair. People can have their own thoughts and opinions, but they just can't let up. Yeah. They feel like after you've already agreed to disagree, they need to make the last point, the last word, the last statement. And it's annoying, but it also shows their insecurity that they want to convince you of how right they are. Yes. So I just let them have it. But I feel like sometimes that kindness is taken for weakness because they think you're agreeing with them by disagreeing or agreeing to disagree, when in reality you just want to stop arguing with them. They've taken over the passion with the point that they're trying to make. Now, I have a disclaimer. Of course, if it's important enough, I'm not going to let up either. If we're talking about social injustices, if we're talking about women's rights, anything that I'm strongly a believer of, I'm probably not going to stop either. And collectively, we all have a voice and we know what our responsibilities are in certain settings when we cannot just lie down and accept whatever is given to us or said to us. But, when in more lighter conversations, if you're kind of having your own views on, maybe some lifestyle choices and this person feels like they have to just impose their beliefs on you, that's annoying. Just let it go.
Keep it mutual, bro.
Right.
Neutral.
Or just respect other people's opinion.
Keep it neutral. You don't have to
respect that other people are going to have another opinion from you and a way of handling things. And if it's not directly affecting you, then just respect it. You don't need to, be over aggressive, combative with your thoughts and your feelings on something. It's not necessary.
Yeah. That's annoying. That's a pain in the ass sometimes. There's people like that. For me, number 3, I would say this bothers me a lot, and a lot of people do this nonsense. The people who borrow money that know they're never going to pay it back, but still feel the need to say, "Can you let me borrow $50? I'll pay you back next week." 2 years later, I'm still like, yo, man.
Yo, I got you.
When are you going to send me that? And I got you. That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say. I got you.
You know what I mean? So I hate that. It's very disrespectful. It's a form of control. You think that you have so much control that you can lie. That's just the thing with
and
adults.
Not prioritize.
Adults that make me sick. You're an adult. I'm an adult. If you try a bullshit tactic on me, don't you think that I know the tactic? We're adults, my friend. You're not smarter, you're not slicker, you're not a finesser more than another adult, you dummy. So when someone asks to borrow money, with no intentions to pay back. We know.
How disrespectful.
We know. Sometimes people address it. Sometimes people don't. They don't give you shit. Or the person that gives you the money just already make it up in their mind that they're not getting it back. But stop pretending that you're going to pay back. If you're not the payback type of person, you're known for just disappearing and appearing when you feel like it. We're on to your games. Stop playing
and popping up on social media.
Flossing, money phones, silly stuff, right? You know, I hate that because that's blatant disrespect. Adult to an adult, that is blatant disrespect.
Why not just communicate?
And some of you should get slapped for that.
Why not just communicate? All right, you know, I don't have it this week, or, you know, be bold enough the way you're bold enough to stunt and flex and show out, and be bold enough to say you're not giving it back.
Right. Keep it 100. But this is the thing though, with these people, with these adults, they think that if they tell you they're gonna borrow it and pay you back, it opens you up a little bit more to say, you know what, this person said they're gonna pay me back on this day. All right, you're more open to give them the money.
Moving around your finances or whatnot, just expecting
that money to come back. Me, I've done my fair share of lending. I'm not lending anyone anything. You don't have it, don't come to me. Come to me, you're a dead man. You're not getting nothing. Because you know why? I'm not playing those games with an adult. You're a man, I'm a man, you're a woman, she's a woman. You know what I mean?
I'm not a believer of the concept or the idea, don't lend money that you don't have. Or that No. You have a trust and understanding with someone. They ask you for your help. And, you know, you wanted to make sure that you did what you can, too, to be there for them.
Yes.
There's a understanding, a verbal, nonverbal agreement, whatever it is, that it's expected that this will be given back.
Right. But
honor that. Be a man and a woman of your word.
It's a disrespect that bothers me.
To the actual agreement, it's a disrespect.
Yeah. Because you believe you just finessed me. Right? You believe you just got over on me. You believe that you were able to use me.
Or just so entitled that enough time has blown over.
That you should forget about it. Yeah. Like you should just be like, oh, you know what? It disappeared. I don't remember. No one forgets ever. People will look in your face and know you owe them money and not say a word. But guess what? You'll never get another dollar. I promise you. Never get another dollar.
Yeah, you ruined that trust.
No.
Believe it or not, you know, and it's interesting because I'm actually the person that I'm very selective. It's not that I don't lend money. Yeah. Because we all come in time of need. So
yes, that's for sure.
You know, it's giving to me, if you really think about it, just a quick sidebar, is a selfish act too, in a sense, because I think in my mind that I'm putting in, not to that person specifically, but I'm a believer of energy and the universe and God seeing you do good things. Just if you have a hard time with giving for others or to others, think about it of the times when you soon will be in need and there'll be somebody there to help you. It doesn't even have to be monetary. You may just need advice, or you may need, you know, a connection or some type of networking opportunity. Be the person that is okay with giving, because one day you may be in that position. However, that person that you're lending the money to now, if they don't have a respect for the agreement that you had, it ruins not only the relationship with that person, but makes you think, okay, you know what? There's a lot of people who act like this too. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's the bad thing that happens. The ripple effect, the PTSD of lending money, that you end up, you know, no longer wanting to help other people out because you have to either chase them for the money back. You know, you have to be the one to reach out instead of just having a common courtesy or an understanding that, you know what, I'm prioritizing giving this person their money back. That's the first thing I'm going to do. And then I'm going to start dispersing the rest of whatever money I've come up on accordingly. Like, there should be a level of respect and a level of, you know, agreement that you honor.
There are a lot of cavemen and cave women in this world this day in 2020, sadly, right?
Interesting. The mentality, that. What is that?
Meaning that I'm a caveman, you're a cave woman. I come with fire. You have fish. Here. let me give you some fire, give me some fish. We both can cook our own food, right? And when you bend down to figure out if the fire is real, I beat you over the head with a rock and keep it pushing.
And take both resources.
And take both resources.
Interesting.
A lot of scumbags like you out there.
Oh wow.
Right. Anyways,
not okay.
not okay. Not cool. Let's go to that was mine. Let's go to yours. Number 3.
Okay. For me, it would be leaving empty containers or carts or cartons in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Tupperware, half finished or finished items. That is such a pet peeve, and I don't understand it. And thankfully it doesn't happen often, but I've seen it done in the past, and I just would not understand. Or even just like in the workplace, people. It's 2 things. It's not cleaning up after yourself, and then the tease that if you are in an environment where you're sharing things, why would you leave an empty container? Giving the impression that there's something left over.
Right.
That's annoying. And then space too. It takes up space.
A lot of space.
Having to put new items in, fresh groceries in a fridge, and then you have empty containers just sitting there like that's annoying. Yeah. You finish the last of it, don't put it back in the refrigerator.
Yeah. Throw it in the garbage or wash it or whatever needs to be done with that thing. That's annoying.
How annoying.
Number 4 for me, I would say is all right. Well, if you live in any, I'll tell you this: if you live in any city, inner city that requires you to take the train or buses, you people that speak on the phone on speaker, disgusting. The people who get onto a train and blast music, even the dummies that actually bring speakers on the train to blast their music, you're disgusting.
That's annoying.
So annoying. Like, it makes me sick.
The ones that rap
out loud
4, 5, 6 bars that so they can showcase and show us how much they know how to rap.
No one cares about you. Half of the times people are just got off work. They're tired. They want to go home. They have things to do. The last thing any of us want to hear is you talking to whoever you're talking to, or you blasting whatever song you think
with
that
profanity
we like.
Around children.
Around children. A lot of times, your little kids parents on the train with their kids, and you think it's appropriate to play Future talking about pussy and all this drug shit.
Yikes.
You're a clown. You're fucking losers. I don't even like to curse this much, but you're a clown. You're a loser. It's disgusting. Like, be a better human being. That's the problem with this place. A lot of people aren't good human beings. They're disgusting. They have disgusting habits that they don't want to take an effort to improve on.
Like, who raised y'all?
Who raised you? T.K. Kirkland say this all the time. Who raised you? You know what I mean? And whoever raised you, shame on them too. But I hate that.
Yeah, that's annoying. That's annoying. And honestly, it's so interesting because that was one of my 5th ones. Yeah. Or my other pet peeves. Playing your phone or having your ringer on. Someone having their ringer on, whether it's the bing, dings, and the ringtones. Oh, my God. In settings that don't require, those loud noises. It's just like, use your discernment. Not everybody in the store, not everyone... I would hate or hope that someone in a library will know to turn off their ringers, but you'll be surprised how obnoxious people are, how inconsiderate people are. But I think there should be a certain level of discernment. Or, if you're visiting someone's family's house and it's very quiet, they have an elderly parent there or a baby sleeping. Some people feel like they still need to keep their ringers on. And it's funny, I think we were talking, we feel like some of those people feel like they just need to come off important. Yeah, with all the notifications and things and the how corny.
The broke nigga mindset is that if my phone is going off a lot, I'm in demand, I'm important.
Oh, interesting.
No one cares. Like, this is the thing about these type of things. No one cares, bro. Like what Biggie said, what you eat don't make me shit, my friend. So keep your business to yourself.
Seriously.
As we all should. I don't need to hear your ringers. I don't need to hear your bing, 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 bing. Your phone, your trap phone jumping. Sure, let that shit jump in your headphones or jump on vibrate, my friend. Stop that. It's annoying. It's clownish.
It is.
My last one is the people who double park on a one-way street. And a lot of times they double park on like a little skinny road,
How
right?
annoying.
So that double park that they just did, there's no way no one can get
Else
around
can get
them.
around, and that fucks up the flow of traffic.
Yes, and they sit there too.
Knowing that you're pulling up behind them,
Yeah.
trying to get over.
You know what's so crazy? This is even crazier. I've seen people, right, that double park, and the person, and people behind them honking the horn, and the person that double parked jumps out the car to argue with the person behind
As
them.
if they're not at
like,
fault.
Like that person behind you was wrong. No, you are the wrong person. Like, come on, man. If the road is too small, my friend, why don't you like find a way to pull your car into find a parking spot? If not, go around, do something else. Or the person you're stopping to talk to, or whatever you're trying to do there, you give them a call. We all have phones. That person have a phone. You can contact them on the phone, my friend. You don't have to do that.
I mean,
But people are selfish. They don't care. That's what I always say this. No one cares. No one cares.
yeah, they're all for self, and it just
It's a fake pretend. People pretend care. It's a fake feeling that is fleeting. It's a fleeting feeling.
I mean, I think it boils down to manners and home training. If
That
it's
too.
a part of you,
That too.
then you will already have the natural consideration mentality to just be around, be aware of your surroundings
Yeah.
and consider, are children around, or am I
Right.
using appropriate
Right.
language, and just knowing how to socially and ethically turn off certain jargon or certain
Yes.
behaviors. Like
Yes.
the way you speak to your family is not going to be the same way you speak to your friends, and the way
Right.
you are at work is not going to be the same way you are when you're out
At
having
home
fun.
and having fun. Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? So people need to just be a little bit more socially aware of themselves, be self-aware,
Right.
and just do better.
But you have these people like, nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm ghetto.
And we see where that puts
You're
them. And then
you're
there's
clown.
there's some
Stupid.
people who can get away with that because they are around people that cater to that type
To
of
that- yeah,
ignorance.
like,
but
it's
it's not going to
silly.
work in the real world.
But even the people that listen to you and agree with that silly shit are in their mind like, this dummy.
This asshole.
They're still thinking and talking bad about you, my friend. So stop being dumb.
I will give a disclaimer though. I have a bonus of how I might be annoying.
Okay. Okay.
But
Yeah.
I think it's on a lighter note. And in this manner, in this case, you make sure you congregate or you connect with people who can accept, certain quirky things about you. For me, it's taking pictures
Okay.
in certain settings and, kind of like enjoying or appreciating a scenic background and
Right.
wanting to just jump in and take a photo.
Right.
Make sure you're with the friend who actually wants to take your picture. But around the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
If you're around certain people, they may be frustrated and may
Yeah.
not take your picture with love. Those
Right,
are not
right,
the people that you
The
want
camera all
around.
twisted.
And crooked, and they're the ones that won't help you with your caption.
Yeah.
Make sure you're with that good friend of yours that, you guys kind of have the same appreciation for taking a nice photo, whether it's
Yeah.
for, just memory's sake or for Instagram. We know how much we put, value in our memories.
Sure,
and
sure.
you
Very
want to
important.
make sure that you're with the right person. But I know that I can be annoying with taking photos with certain people. So I just never ask them to take it. I'll ask a stranger, before I ask them to take my picture.
But you know what's funny? You just said something that sparked a memory. It's not even, just a random part.
Okay.
I didn't realize the importance of photography until you said it, where like, the reason that we knew things happened in the past, either there were stories about it or visual
I always
proof,
say that.
right?
Someone took the time
So-
to document it.
And it goes back to what you said, sometimes, for example, if you went to Times Square and took a photo one day in the middle of traffic and you stopped traffic for that day, for that second. Whatever,
Okay.
right? They stop, they honking the horn. Everyone is upset of you, but guess what? Upset at you, but
You were
somehow
able to capture a moment in time.
capture a moment in time.
Is everyone wearing masks?
right?
Is it a holiday? You were able to not only take a photo in Times Square, but
Right.
during Christmas time.
Yeah. So I think
How far do you go for pictures? Leave
how
a
far
comment.
do you go for photos? You know what I mean? And sometimes they are important and very good to capture history. Sometimes it's obnoxious and blatantly
A little bit
disrespectful,
obsessive.
obsessive. But sometimes it It is. It does capture a place and time, and it keeps that memory sacred right there. So I'm in between with that. But
there's a time and place, and I'm one of the ones that try not to stop traffic. I will never, jump out in front of moving traffic for a
Right.
photo. But if you find it that you can take an opportunity and be a little daring to capture a moment in time, do you?
Do your thing. No,
Do your
seriously.
thing.
That's one I can say. You know what? I get it. Don't bother me that much.
Right.
But what do you guys think? What are your five annoying
aggressive,
disrespectful things that people
Passive
do?
aggressive.
Passive aggressive, disrespectful things that people do. Your five. Put a comment in there. Let us know. Let's conversate about it. For the last topic tonight, obviously, it's a video game. This is where we talk about the games and stuff. As you know, this week, Xbox Series X launched, released on
my gosh.
November 10th.
The frenzy.
And PlayStation 5 released on November 12th. Right?
What a week.
What a week. Listen, yesterday, I was online from 12 p.m. to 9 p.m. trying to acquire a PlayStation 5.
Wow.
I was on Target.com, Walmart, Newegg, Sony, Amazon, and one other place, don't even remember. But I was like vigorously looking, trying everything I could to acquire a PS5. Failed. It's extremely hard to obtain right now. I'm disappointed and I'm very upset.
Why?
That one, these billion-dollar companies do not have better websites and better systems to prevent bots from purchasing everything. Because this is what happened. The bots went into these systems, went into these carts, bought everything up.
Oh, wow.
Right? For example, when I say a bot, there's a robot, a program that someone creates that is created to do this. Go into PlayStation 5, buy a PlayStation 5 digital, buy a PlayStation 5 disc automatically. It takes a robot about 2 seconds to do that. How long do it take you to press on the PlayStation 5, your page load, press on the add to cart, the page load, press on your cart, the page load, put in your credit card information, the page load. That's already like 8 seconds right there. In that 8 seconds, a bot just bought 10 PlayStation 5s.
Oh, wow. Oh, how unfair.
So, this is what we're up against. Bullshit. It's nonsense. It's disgusting.
That's wild.
They need to create... You companies are getting billions of dollars from us gamers. You need to find a better system. Caches or whatever those things are. Find a way to beat these bots and real people can get it. And it's not 30 or 100 people on eBay selling PlayStation 5s for $2,000. Disgusting.
Wow.
That is ridiculous. That's not right. They're little kids that can't even enjoy a new system release because Johnny or Jake or Jillian and wherever the hell they are have 20 coming to their house tomorrow. So find a way to help actual real people get these things. You know what I mean?
It's not right.
It's not right.
The distribution should be a lot better and
a
thought
lot
out.
better than that. A lot thought out.
It's a console that comes out every 10 years, right?
Some around those numbers, around every 10 years. And it's a, but you know what it is too? I might even be speaking to the wrong people. I feel like me having a stance against these video game companies, they're probably looking at me like, we did that on purpose, right? They want to create this frenzy that Adidas and Yeezy has created, right?
Only the exclusive people.
Only the exclusive. Travis Scott gets one. This one get one. Celebrities get one. You regular people gets nothing. Suffer. Fuck you. You know, this is the mentality. I believe. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, put it in the comment. Let me know if I'm wrong. I feel the developers and these Sony and Microsoft are a part of this.
Adding a special value.
Assault. They're adding assault to injury.
Oh.
This is what they do. That's what I think they do, right? I think they're a part of this whole thing. Let's create this system where not everybody get one. Very few people get some. People are starving for it, going crazy for it. oh my God, it's a hysteria. PlayStation, Xbox is the biggest conversation in the world.
So right, like I was saying, they're adding like almost an exclusive value, more than just the dollar amount of how much it
Right.
costs, but how hard it is to get your hands
to get
on it.
And it's a video game. Come on, man. It's a video game. Like, just let everyone get it. Especially in the time that we're in.
Make it in the bulk. The way everyone has an iPhone,
Yeah.
you know, let the people who are fans of this console not have to wait another year. You know,
don't play with people's emotions. Your loyal fans' emotions.
And then also
by throwing it in their faces that they can't acquire something they've been supporting you guys for 20 to 30 years. Disgusting.
We're also in the era where a lot of gamers are making money from, you know, having the most up to date, you know, equipment. So it really actually is playing with a lot of people's income too. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a lot of it's a lot of teasing and blatant disrespect, and I'm tired of it.
That's not fair.
If you guys are tired of it, put it in the comment. Let me know. I'm sure there are a lot of people that haven't acquired it. There are people that have acquired it. Yes, I'm sure there's some people that have it at home and they're happy to get it. But you got it by chance. You were lucky. You might not be lucky. You might not be lucky the next time. You know what I mean? So take that with a grain of salt. You know. But anyways, tonight was good. I enjoyed you guys. This was so fun. You know how we do Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. Frazier House Podcast, 8 to 8:30, maybe 8 to 9 o'clock. We might stretch it a little bit longer. Tune in. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell.
Join us on the discussion.
And I am Flo Frazier.
I'm Sonia Fee.
This is the Frazier House Podcast. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, guys.
Peace out.
Bye.